Hello,
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 hello.
our beautiful listeners. Yes. Okay. There is a interesting indie film that was made by Hollywood, other than the some other uh big blockbusters like A24. Like, what are they doing? They're making some really amazing films, with very very little money. There is a really, yeah, there's a film called The Batman, in case you guys can tell. And also, if you count out that, make really bad jokes. So I'm just trying to clear the roof here. But yes, I'm joined by Billy again. Say hello.
Hello.
Mm.
You
And
make it sound like
also,
I'm an on and off guest. Did I
mm,
ever skip an episode? Nay, I haven't.
mm, well, I mean, the thing is, it's great that you're able to, come in here because yes, you did clarify before we're recording that you're not feeling well, and you know what? Thank you for coming in. It means that you have, the ambition and the like the passion to keep this going. So
Aw,
I
don't say
truly
it.
appreciate and I applaud you for your, your sincerity.
Thank you, but I feel like I'm in an overworked labor right now, so I would like to sleep after this.
Would you like to get overwork pay?
uh, maybe?
Overwork compensation?
For that.
Or overwork compensation, not conversation.
Just like, hey, I know you're already signing off for work today, but would you like to have conversation with me, your boss? It's like, yeah, sure. Will it affect my bonus? No. Okay, can I leave? No. All right, cool.
Okay, let's start with the review. So okay, The Batman. It was directed by Matt Reeves. He
The
made a bunch of
Batman. No, but wasn't there an animated series called The Batman too?
Oh, yeah. Actually, there is. There is. That I used to watch that also when I was a kid in Cartoon Network, and it's actually a pretty good show about so Batman during his I think his first 4 years of his his Batman career, if that's even considered a career. Like you don't get paid, but I guess like whatever pleases the
Hey,
guy.
he's self-employed. They ain't
and,
need no to pay no tax.
and entrepreneur, self-made entrepreneur. Okay.
They should write a book about him. It's actually pretty surprising that within the mainline
Oh,
comic, there's no autobiography about Batman.
many people have already wrote books about him. If you did notice that, many different authors.
No, but I'm not talking about the comic per se, but within the comic universe, they write an autobiography where imagine like Ellen DeGeneres' show where just like Batman just sitting on the sofa being asked a lot of personal questions.
Oh, so he has like a therapy session with I don't know, Viola Davis, what's her name, Amanda Waller. So just like, hey, Bruce Wayne, you don't like stop fucking around, just like telling him like exactly what to do.
Is canonically Amanda Waller knows
silent.
Bruce Wayne's identity?
You mean Batman's identity?
Yeah,
Probably in some iterations, but we'll get into that in the future. But okay, back to the
Anyway,
topic.
this movie.
This movie is starring Robert Pattinson.
Look how our
who's
boy has evolved.
Our boy has evolved like a Pokemon, from like first year, second year, and then finally this is in his third evolution, not year.
Wait, how many years ago was Twilight? Is it 10 years ago by now?
I think the first movie came out in 2007. That was when I was still literally playing my Game Boy.
Yeah, that's the funny thing, right? Like, if the future me will travel back in time and tell my past self that, hey, do you know Robert Pattinson gonna play in some kick-ass Christopher Nolan's movie and also become the Batman? I'll just laugh it off.
The thing is that I actually already have okay, once I saw him in Good Time, which I recommend people to watch Good Time. It's on Netflix. You can go see it. But yeah, it's also a movie produced by 824 Studios, as a 824 Films. So it's like independent, somewhat independent distribution or like a film company that supports like these like more smaller budget films. So he's in that, and it's very very good. I'm not gonna tell you what the movie is, so it's best if you go in blind. But hey, when I saw that movie, I was like, yeah, this guy can play Batman, like no doubt. Like, cause like that role that he is given is arguably much harder to accomplish compared to Batman. If I mean, I'm not an actor, but I kind of can see like the criteria for this is like a little bit, there's like more things that he needs to consider compared to him playing Batman. Because I mean, technically, if you're playing Batman, even in this version, right, he's not really like going back and forth between like Bruce Wayne and Batman and like changing personas. So he's technically still Batman, but when he's like in Bruce Wayne mode, he's like very stoic and like very self-reserved.
What do you think about his
he's not like the flamboyant playboy is like oh yeah I like to get a bunch of girls and just be kind of like a bit of a dick kind of. Even Christian Bale's version is kind of like that, but I don't think
as a Bruce Wayne, right? Publicly.
No. The thing is, like, even Bale's version, like, I think he could push it a little bit more with like his like playboy persona, so it would kind of give like the public perception that this guy is like a like a spoiled rich kid who just doesn't have like any responsibility with like his parents' like wealth or like money, So there's no way he's Batman. But if Robert Pattinson's version, in this case, like if somebody says like maybe this guy could be Batman, and I'm thinking like probably you're right. But that's not really like the focus of the film, because the focus of the film is it's a story of a very interesting relationship between him and a Zodiac killer inspired serial killer called the Riddler. Yeah. Even though his original iteration is not really a serial killer, it's more like a guy who's really obsessed with like puzzles, which you also get that here, but it's actually pretty well balanced. So yeah, you got like the detective mystery story, with like Batman and Jim Gordon just trying to solve like a bunch of clues from like the Riddler, and you also get like the typical detective neo noir kind of thing.
I really like it because like this is the first time in a while that we actually see Batman as a detective. Because isn't in the mainline comic he is dubbed as the world's greatest detective?
Yes, and then you see like the movies, he just like basically punches a bunch of like goons and like delivering like some corny one-liners. Even in the Bale version, he also did that. It's a bit annoying. Even Bale's is like Batman, like he still beats up a bunch of goons and say some one-liners. Which is, I mean, it is a Batman thing to do, because Batman, he is a silly character if you do look at it from an outsider's perspective, and I do have respect that no one actually somewhat pay tribute to that and somehow still make it work in like a more realistic environment. So, but even here, he also sometimes does say some corny one-liners, but it still works, with the context of this film, even though it's like a very, very, dark, Batman story.
What do you think about Pattinson's stake? We call him Pattinson.
What do you mean by Pattinson's stake? What do you mean by that?
Like Robert Pattinson, Batman, Pattinson.
Pattinson. He's good. He's good. He's good.
Yeah, it's good, right? Do you reckon it's more realistic?
I wouldn't say he's my favorite if you count the animated series together, because that still goes through like okay, first thing, obviously everybody's favorite is Kevin Conroy. He can literally change his voice from Batman to Bruce Wayne, even though it's very subtle, but that they're two different people.
Can you imagine if we see Mark Hamill playing as live action Joker? You think he pull it off?
He kind of did actually,
did?
but he kind of did in like the Flash TV show, but he's not really playing the real Joker, if that makes sense. It's like a
Just
it's
like cameo.
it's no, it's more like a D-list like character that they came up with, and then it's called like they came up with like the villain called the Trickster, and then he's like, hey Mark, we cannot have the rights to the actual Joker, but you can play this guy, you know, who's somewhat like the Joker, so you can do that.
Oh, that's
And then
fun.
he basically just like does the same thing as like what he did with the actual Joker. So it's still, I mean, I guess it still counts, but obviously because for legal reasons. So yeah, that's cute. But he's good. He's very good. Same with John Detour as Carmen Falcone. Well, it's not really that. I mean, I wouldn't say it's easy. Okay, like again, it's acting is not for everybody, but I feel like in their field, I don't think it's that challenging compared to, let's say, if you're playing like Paul Dano's character, which is the Riddler. Even though I have some issues with that character, but I'll get to that later on. But yeah, John Turturro, very very good. The one that I'm most surprised is Colin Farrell as the Penguin. Like, holy shit! Like, you don't, yeah. The thing is, like, okay, Colin Farrell, right? Do you know that he's actually Irish?
Really? Okay, I don't know
Hello?
much really. Yeah.
Yeah. So imagine like an Irish guy trying to sound like a New York Italian mobster, and actually it sounds very convincing. And the top of all that is also the fact of the makeup team does a really good job on him. Like, fuck, that is top quality A-class makeup. I didn't actually even recognize the guy at all. Like, Colin Farrell just becomes the Penguin at that point. Great.
But his character, unfortunately, I mean, like, aside from those points, I do think that his character is not fully explored yet. Well, it kind of is, but I don't think it's enough.
I don't think he's the focus. Like, the thing is,
exactly.
it's not really the focus though. So I mean, it's fine. Like, what he's given. I don't think I need more. It's like, okay, that's it. I don't need to know more about this guy because, okay, at this point, I think some people already know like what the Penguin does. It's like, oh, he's like a mobster who's like a very crooked, and it's like, and then he has like an umbrella. Actually, I don't even remember. He has an umbrella.
I don't remember seeing any umbrella.
Which is weird because that's actually that is his iconic like silhouette. His umbrella is also like a part of his costume too. So
wait, did he even walk around with a cane? I don't think so.
I think he did. I think he did. I think he did. But I think he did. But usually the one I remember is the umbrella. That's the thing. Maybe because I'm more familiar with like that version. Because that version is like more common compared to the one with the cane, but it's the Penguin, like he's not really like a very complex character like Mr. Freeze. So
I noticed that remember when he was tied and left under the bridge, he has like jump around like a penguin because his legs are also tied. Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, I think they purposely do that because of like an inside joke. It's like, oh, you get it because he's a penguin, so you're trying to make him as silly as possible.
But I'm really surprised they let him go, even though he clearly killed people on the traffic.
Yeah, we'll get into that later. But let's talk about the good stuff right now. So there's that great casting, top notch. Some few misses, I would say, but I'll get to that later. Another thing I want to point out is this is probably my favorite version of Gotham so far in live action. So I like Tim Burton's version. It's gothic. It's very rusty. A lot of Art Deco influences.
Do you like Batman and Robin's version?
No.
Michael, wait, what's the director's name? Schumacher?
No. I'm talking about Tim Burton's version. Burton's
Batman 1, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the first Batman in 1989 with Michael Keaton. That like I'm talking about like his version of Gotham City, is very very gothic, very dark. It looks like a place you don't want to be in. Something like that. So and then you got into Nolan's version, which is it's literally just Chicago, because he actually legit shoot most of the stuff in Chicago. So it's like, this is not Gotham. This is Chicago. you know, you don't really feel as if you're in a completely different setting. You're just like, oh, this is another part in America that I've already been here. Like, okay, you know.
You know what's funny, right? I find the depiction of Gotham in this new movie looks like it's retro. Looks more retro. Like it's from 10 years ago. For some reason, even though they incorporate modern technology.
It's actually a really good like balance between, like, it respects the comic book versions of like Gotham, so it's very like influenced with like Art Deco and like a lot of like a lot of like Russian influence, like a lot of Russian Italian influences here and there, 1950s, basically it's very retro, but then they also they have like a bunch of like text, even with like the live stream thing with like the Riddler.
It's practically Twitch.
It's basically Twitch, but obviously they cannot use Twitch because of legal reasons. But yeah, there's that. I love it. And guess what? I love the soundtrack. This is probably my second favorite soundtrack for Batman. This right below Hans Zimmer's The Dark Knight original motion picture score.
Oh yeah, it's always catchy soundtrack here.
Very catchy, yeah. Like, oh, it gives me the chills. So good.
To be completely honest with you, it kind of reminds me to the Imperial March.
Oh, actually, you're right. Oh yeah, you're right.
Dun, 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 dun. But at the same time, it does sound familiar, like with previous Batman IP. But point my finger to which.
Yeah. I think okay, the composer is Michael Giancino. I'm sorry if I butchered your name, but yeah, like this guy, right? Because he composed like the new tracks. I don't know why I said that, but he did compose new tracks. The one thing I like about new track is the soundtrack. It's actually fucking good, honestly. Very catchy. Even
so modern, so fast paced, so much bling bling. Is that what you're saying about the new tracks music?
Actually, no. It's actually very it's very joyful and like hopeful.
They're talking about new track
optimistic.
Right?
Yeah. Like I mean, even no. Actually, all three movies, they have like a very I mean, like the main theme is slightly different, but like the main like chorus of like the melody is still the same. It's like da, 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 da.
Like when I was watching in the cinema, I don't know how your experience went, but every time like Batman shows up with the music blaring, there's like this group of people just keep laughing. I suppose like they notice the corniness of the situation. Like remember when Penguin's car was turned upside down, and then Batman just get into the shot upside down.
I think okay,
but that's pretty cool to be honest. I like it.
I like the fact that the audience that I went to, they're very respectful. So they're like, I think I did hear some people laughing, but not in that scene. I believe, but I do hear people laughing, but in like moments that I don't find funny. But I mean I kind of do get like, why are they laughing at this?
Right? Speaking of comedy, right? I have to say the comedy here are much subtle. And I
actually almost never laugh in this movie. I almost never laugh.
I think it's very serious. Chuckle.
Yeah. Like maybe like one chuckle, but it's like people, like okay, like there's like massacres, people dying, Gotham is under the shithole. It's not very funny, bro.
Well, but there are a few moments here and there. But I gotta say, right, this is the first movie where actually the writers have the balls to raise the stake like really high towards the ending.
How?
Like, think about it. In the other Batman movie, other than I suppose The Dark Knight Rises, there's like massive amount of death here, like pure chaos with the water. What's it called? The water barrier destroyed, and the water flooding.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
no,
and like legit, a lot of people died here. This is not like Nolan's movie. I suppose technically in the third one, they probably have a lot of people dying too, but were never shown explicitly.
Actually, like I think in the Nolan's movie, right? Okay, here's the thing. I've rewatched The Dark Knight after I saw the Batman.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I just be honest with you. I still like Nolan's version more, just a little bit more, because they have like a much more concise, coherent narrative that's very tight, and you don't really like they don't really waste time of like doing. I mean, they do expositions, but it's not to the point of like oh, can we just get to the next part? You know, like this is like taking too long. Because like the thing is like in this film they I think okay I get the spacing is slow, but I think there's like some points that I think you can just cut out this and that scene, you know, like no, I don't. Why would you need this? You know, why would you need that? I mean, yeah, I get it, but is it really necessary? You know, it's like I get okay, fine, 3 hours, but does it justify the 3 hour runtime? I don't know, but I don't know. I mean, maybe to me, I like things more concise and like much more focused. So it's like in the Dark Knight, it's all about like the Joker trying to fuck up Batman and everybody in Gotham City because he actually has a goal in mind before he does all this shit, right? He wants like his goal with the Riddler with the Riddler in the Batman is very similar. They both want to cleanse Gotham, but they have very different methods. You didn't notice that, right?
Yeah, I noticed that. And
Yeah,
I gotta say,
very
right,
different methods.
even though the Riddler have a motive, to be honest, it is not presented as well as how Nolan present Joker's motive.
No, the thing is, like, I find the Joker right much scarier than the Riddler, to be honest with you. Yeah, because the fact that the Joker keeps on like he when he meets people, especially like oh you know I got these scars, and then he tells like each person gets like a different story. So it's like wait, which one is the real one? You know, or maybe none of them are even real. So you don't even know. And then guess what? Even the police try to check his background. It's like, oh, we don't even have like any record of him, like no fingerprints, no history, no family background, like no, like nothing. Like, okay, like this guy is really fucking dangerous. Like you know, like he's trying to. I mean, if it's possible, you can get him killed. That'd be great.
Here's my
You
take.
know?
Yeah, here's my take on both the Riddler
Yeah.
and the Joker. I have to say, the Joker is more intimidating, but you can definitely
way,
tell that
way more.
he's a fiction. People like the Riddler more likely to exist in real life.
True. I mean, people like those already exist, even like in like I'm not sure for other countries, but I think in America it's like getting more common like these days, especially like with like TikTok, you know, like oh you know
Yeah.
they build like a small like cult following together, and they and then they make like like some sort of like a doomsday like cult, and like oh let's take down this place or take down that monument together, and we're gonna ascend to like some other places, like things like that. It's like, yeah, it's more realistic in some ways, but
But won't that actually make it scary? Just thinking that it's more likely for those kind of people to show up.
I guess you can say that, but I think from from my point of view,
The Jedi's are evil. Okay, anyway, go on. Sorry.
Funny enough, like the Obi-Wan Kenobi trailer actually just dropped like yesterday, but we'll get to that later. Then the thing is, like, I find the Joker way more scary, and I think that has a bigger impact for me, because the fact that this guy is super unpredictable. Because I think at least that the Riddler is like, okay, this guy somewhat exists in real life, so you can somewhat get an expert, and it's like, okay, maybe we can predict some things here and there, if that makes sense. But the Joker is like, yeah, he is a bit more fictional, but even his fictional motives and like his actions is still somewhat based on reality. Because like, yes, he is anarchist, but the thing is, like, his actions of the anarchy is so bizarre and so unpredictable that you're like, if this guy actually exists in real life, I don't even know how the fuck you even take him down. And even Batman can't even do that. He actually failed. Like throughout the whole movie of like the Dark Knight, he actually failed at the end, and he just like
because
like,
then also a turn, right? Then fall from grace.
Yeah. Then fall from grace. they actually somehow never explain that. They never emphasize that he's Two-Face, even though yeah, if you're a comic reader, yes, he is. But if you're not, then that's not really like the main point. The main point is like this. Actually, this like the thing is that the Dark Knight, right? It's actually more of his movie than Batman. Batman's more like the vehicle, which is a bit weird. So it's literally Dan's journey of like being like this ray of hope in Gotham, the White Knight, until like
I gotta say,
not the Dark Knight, but yeah, he just
it's a movie about three people, really, about three sides vying for influence. I should say.
Yeah, justice, anarchy, and
order, I guess.
And order. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's all I can say for the good stuff. Anything else you want to say before we start to sabotage it to pieces?
Yeah. Okay. We haven't got through Alfred's depiction here by Andy Serkis, no less, and also Catwoman.
How can you fuck up Alfred? How can you not love Alfred? I don't even think anybody says like, oh, I hate this version of Alfred because this actor sucks. I don't have heard anything about that from any of its iterations. Even back in the 60s, people still like that version too. I don't know about you. Yeah, Alfred is Alfred. It's like he's a very wise old man, an old butler who just takes care of Bruce. Like that's it. That's his job. But I think at this point, right? Because I've already started reading like a bunch of Batman comics, and I like there's one version of Alfred that he is a war veteran. Like he used to fight in like the Second World War.
Wait, wasn't that's how he's being depicted in Nolan's trilogy, and also even in this one?
Oh yeah. Actually, yeah. But the thing is that
he was in Burma. Well, technically.
No, the thing is that I don't really like from like these modern versions of, like the Alfreds in like the live action is like they don't like the creators don't really push the fact that yes, the Batman is young. Yes, he is very ambitious in what he's doing, but he's also somewhat naive in some ways. That it's not only naive, it's just that
it's just inexperienced.
Somewhat inexperienced, yeah. So like there's like this one version of like Batman, right? Batman Earth 1, where he actually fucks up in this one instance that he has to interrogate like some mobster. He actually did that, and he actually almost died. He almost got killed. Oh yeah, he almost got killed by the penguin. Yeah, imagine that. Like this fucking six-pack abs dude, like really buff and like really good at martial arts. Well, I'm not really that good, but at least competent. Got beaten up by a fat ass penguin.
And
then guess what?
Yeah, that exactly happened in this movie, right? Like, for example, remember when he tried to escape from the police building, and then he screwed up. He slammed to the road.
Yep.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like in the comic, in this comic, right? Alfred actually comes in the last minute, and then he actually like uses a shotgun to shoot Penguin out of the window.
Oh, you like assault bullet or something? That's not legal.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, yeah, Batman technically didn't kill him. It's Alfred, but
wait, what? Penguin died?
Penguin died. Okay, this is like the Earth 1 version of the comic. This is Earth 1. It's not like the main continuity. So, yeah, he died. Well, at least from what I know, he died. I don't know if somebody's gonna resurrect him or something. But I think from what I know, he died. Then, yeah, that Alfred, I think it's for that point, it's like, oh, this guy is really, really interesting. Okay, because usually Alfred is very passively involved with like Batman's like duties, but now there's like he is actually a part of the job, or like he's basically Batman's psychic at that point. So if there's like if they keep on like doing this, right, I have a feeling this version might not even have like a Robin until maybe Alfred died, if that makes sense. So it's a really interesting interpretation, which I think they could probably explore in this version also, but we'll see about it.
Oh, by the way, do you know about the post-credit scene in this movie?
Oh wait, there's no post-credit scene.
There is. Well, it's not a scene as the way we like to think. It's actually a puzzle.
Oh, actually, I know. I don't.
Okay,
No.
so from my limited knowledge, honestly, I haven't checked it out myself. You know,
Mm.
like how honestly, it's a bit silly how the puzzle here is a bit how to put this like wordplay,
Mm.
right? Remember when they found out the URL of 𝓟𝓸𝓭𝓬𝓪𝓼𝓽?
Uh-huh.
It's an
Uh-huh.
actual URL that you can visit,
Oh,
and if
okay.
you and then it's actually a puzzle. I actually never seen it
Mm.
myself. I just like read from an article, and if you decode it, it says that the Batman will return.
Of course, this is cash cow. What do you expect?
Yeah, but I mean, like you gotta give.
Bless you.
Yeah, Disney's. But you gotta tip off a hat to them for actually playing with puzzle, which is like building up on Riddler's character.
Well, the movie already ended, so I don't think anybody gives a shit about it.
Oh, I gotta say,
Okay.
the Riddler and the Joker
Mm.
will be back. Honestly, I really wish that it was Joaquin Phoenix
Uh,
playing as the Joker.
I
But
don't, I
nah.
don't, I don't, I actually don't want that. I don't want that to happen. Honestly, it just kind of just makes the whole thing even more messier. But that's another problem for another time. Okay, things I don't like. Catwoman sucks. Yeah,
Mhm.
I don't like. Okay, it's not the fact that I don't like the character. It's just the performance from Zoe Kravitz. She she's not terrible, but
You could bring
I
more
think
to the
you
table, right?
I think you can get someone like heck even right. I also have like some thought about this. If they got like Michelle Pfeiffer from like the original Batman movie,
Which one?
okay, Michelle Pfeiffer.
No, I'm not familiar with all the actors' name.
So okay, Michelle Pfeiffer is the original
Catwoman.
Catwoman
You mean
from
from Batman Forever? Wait, is it Batman
no
Forever? No, no, no.
from Tim Burton's Batman.
There was
Yeah,
a
so
Catwoman. Wasn't it Batman 2 or something?
yeah, Batman Returns. Yeah, that one. So
Yeah,
she
Batman.
plays Catwoman there, and then like I mean, if you got time, you can just go online and take a look
Yeah, I've
some
watched it.
clips.
I have watched it.
She exuberates this like sassy, you know, like very seductive kind of persona of Catwoman. So it's like it's very. I find her very charming, and also you know like it's a very interesting character. Yes, cheesy, but you know it's like even though it's cheesy, is like I'm more drawn to this version compared to like you know this one. I mean, yeah, I get it. Like you're more realistic, but it doesn't mean that you have to be boring. If that makes sense, you
Also,
know.
yeah, and I like also the fact that in that movie, Batman Returns, the story is about her as well. It's like again going through that trifecta. It's about Batman, Penguin, and also her. So yeah, it put focus
Mm.
on her. While in this one, she's a side character really, and that developed romance out of nowhere.
Honestly, I would be happy if they don't actually have a romance in this movie yet,
I
which
agree.
actually which actually would be a much better build up.
I agree. It's confusing. Like she can tease him, but anything beyond that, it doesn't mesh well. I mean, not to say that they cannot go for the romance approach, but I think the way
They
that
can.
they handle it here is a bit subpar. It just came out of nowhere.
Heck, even the Nolan's version, I think that was more natural.
I
But
suppose, yeah.
I haven't seen that the Rises like in a while, but I think remember like that one I think is still like somewhat more believable, but I might be wrong anyway. Oh yeah, about the Riddler, right?
Huh?
Here's the thing. I like him being the Riddler, but after he took off his mask, I'm like, oh fuck me! Like, come on, are we doing this again? Really? This
It's
version, really again? The
it's
Jesse
practically
Eisenberg's like,
Hannibal. Yeah, it's basically
no, no,
like Hannibal Lecter, right? On Max.
no. Hannibal Lecter is he's like you feel disgusted talking to with him, you know, but
Yeah.
he doesn't talk like you know, Batman, you and me, we are so different after all. It's like no, like come on. I don't want to. Okay, I think at this point, right? People should just like. Okay, I get it. Heath Ledger's, you know, Joker does influence a lot of villains, you know, in like the later iterations,
Would
and
you say that he influenced
even
Jared Leto as well?
I would say yes. I would say yes. But the thing is that here, okay, Jared Leto's Joker in Zack Snyder's Justice League in the post
No,
credits scene.
technically, oh, him in the post credit, right? I thought you were talking
Yeah,
about
yeah,
Suicide Squad.
him in the no, fuck that. When the post credits scene, that one still fits in that universe. I'm okay with that. I wouldn't say it's amazing, but it's like okay, that one fits. I don't have a problem. But this one is like it kind of throws me up a little bit. It's like, um, okay, I guess they're trying to make him, look like a crazy person, like like the psychotic maniac who just like do puzzles and just like mess, like kills a bunch of like these rich Gotham like corrupt individuals.
Hmm?
But it just comes off as just like this is I've seen this person, I've seen this character many times. Like you need to do something a little bit, heck, even something like actually right, so something like Hannibal Lecter from the from the Netflix series, like a very stoic, very like like a very calm, like cannibal. I think that one would be. I think that would even would fit better with like this version because even you see like Batman, right? He's more stoic and very subtle with like a lot of his his actions, even down to his the way he presents himself with like when he's like trying to intimidate like the cops. He just like tilts his head or just stares at him, and the cops like, okay, all right, bro, I got you, bro.
Yeah, I really
I
like
think
Pattinson's Batman.
yeah. No, the thing is like I think they could do something like you could probably get Riddler to act somewhat similar to Batman, but maybe a little bit more twisted, obviously, because he's the villain. But this is just like you're doing the Joker again. If that makes sense. Like, come on, like no. Heck, they even have the Joker in the movie, and now it's like okay, if you just have like an audio version of it, I can't even tell who's who at that point. Well, it's just like come on, man. But whatever. I mean, it doesn't hurt the movie too much, but it's just like you could do a little bit more than this.
I still like the Riddler, although to be honest, I kind of wish that this idea of Riddler, like V for Vendetta. So he's not a one person; he's an idea. I wish
Yeah,
they will take that approach.
yeah.
Because that's the thing,
Just
though,
like just like the actual Zodiac killer. There's it's not only one person. Also, it's like okay, it's like a cult.
allegedly,
Yeah,
right?
allegedly. Yeah, exactly.
But because that's the thing, though. Like he has his follower, everyone dressed literally the same with him, and then I thought, right, that means like whoever the original Riddler that they caught, it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. But no, apparently he's still the mastermind. I thought like it'll be a decentralized chaos or something.
Exactly. But I guess not. I guess not.
Yeah. And
Okay, what else do I?
What else?
Third act. I think the the third act is I wouldn't say it's. I think I have a similar problem with you with like your third act for like Photocopier. You think it's like it's good, but it could be a little bit better. You know.
Here's my take on it, right? Honestly, I kind of slightly let down after the Batman beat up all the Riddlers, I guess. All the Riddlers. Yeah, sounds like a bad name. Anyway,
Riddlers. They're just playing the same song like dang, 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 dang.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. Like, oh man, it was too easy. But I really like how Batman in this case, he realized that his method of justice is not the only solution. Rather than become a vengeful vigilante, he could be a hero like that, save other people. So I really like the cinematography. Yeah, he let people out from the darkness. Yeah, that's a really cool shot.
Yeah, we actually didn't really talk much about like the technicalities, even though most people already talk about it anyway. So I don't think there's like a point to do it again. But yeah, the filmmaking here is amazing. Camera work, costume design, set design, everything, lighting. Most of the stuff is like fucking top notch. A plus. heck, even better than like even some of the stuff from I've seen from like Nolan too.
You're
Even though
talking about...
it's like yeah, I'm talking about like the filmmaking because like I think this one is much more in line with like the comic book, obviously, but yes, it's different. Nolan's version is obviously a slightly different take, but
this also has its own take, and I honestly would
it's a
not
bit
be
different.
surprised
But
if it's like, yeah, let's say that in terms of fan base, right? 50% still likes Nolan's version, and 50% still likes this new movie, right? Because it has its own different atmosphere, has its own different take, and it's still pretty damn good.
they're pretty damn good.
Yeah.
It's a bit weird also that I find that like wait, like why is Gordon's kind of an idiot here? He just like lets Batman just do all of his work. Like, bruh, aren't you a detective? Like, okay, I mean I get it, you're trying to trying to have Batman like to work with you, but when
Yeah,
not
you're
when not
right,
actually
you're
seeing
right.
you working, it's like you see like like when you're seeing the movie, it's like Jim Gordon came out saying, "Oh yeah, Batman, what do you think about this?" It's like yeah, Batman. Where do you think he's going? It's like, bruh, like you actually detecting yourself. What are you doing?
Yeah, you're right. I feel like he doesn't have much agency here. Like, he's practically a plot tool to not get Batman orchestrated by the police.
I
And
don't even
it's
think
like,
he's a plot. He's just like like the comedic like relief character. Even though I don't think he's supposed to be that person either. It's just like
like,
okay.
to be completely honest, right? Remember when Catwoman found this dirty cop, right? And then she almost pushed him off. There's like one quick shot where Jim was looking at the gun very intently. Honestly, I thought that, oh, okay, are they going to have another different take where Jim just shot the dirty cop because he got sick of the corruption? But nope, that didn't happen. Like, legit, it was there, like lingering for like 2 or 3 seconds. I thought like, oh, is he going to do what I think he's gonna do? Nope.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And actually, that's the thing though. Like, this movie is well shot, but I feel like in some cases the editing. Okay, maybe because it happened so fast and the setting was dark. But remember when Catwoman and Batman was stealing that the drug money, like after they found out the drug manufacturing hideout, and Jim also came over
Oh
there to
yeah.
lend fire support.
Oh yeah. Oh
Honestly,
yeah.
yeah, honestly, I never seen Batman somehow climb into his Batmobile, and like how did Jim got out, and that's it. Like, those two things, I didn't see them like flow naturally. So it's like feel a bit choppy, and then I thought like, did I miss something? You have the same feeling.
Wait, is it the part with like they're trying is the part like where they're trying to infiltrate like the penguins is like
Yeah,
secret.
that's the one.
Oh, that one. Okay. Yeah, that was a little bit like yeah, I mean you can kind of tell it's like very last minute.
Yeah, the
Like
editing
just
got
the
me
way they
confused.
edited. It's a bit last minute. Even to the fact of it's also like okay. Here's the thing is like this version like it's still like yeah it's still like, in line with like the main continuity one, which is like oh I don't kill people with like guns, or I don't even kill people at all. And then like you see him like riding his car, his fancy Batmobile, like chasing down like the penguin like on the highway, possibly killing a bunch of people
Technically, he
in like the
didn't kill
cars and
them.
trucks. He didn't
Technically,
kill them, but he's still responsible if that makes sense. Which
yeah.
is kind of like, are you sure you didn't kill those people, bro? I don't know, man.
Yeah, and like I said before, I'm really surprised they didn't just arrest Penguin there and then. They just left him there. I
I mean,
suppose, yes, the
okay,
Riddler is a bigger
okay.
problem, but I don't understand why you have to leave him.
No. I mean, like, Penguin is one thing, but things like, because now your suspect is Penguin and Batman together because they're kind of directly responsible for a bunch of like these a bunch of like these innocent civilians is like death on the highway. So I
Yeah,
think it would make sense if you actually arrest Batman too.
okay, fine.
But I mean, it's like okay.
I do agree that Batman is also responsible, but I think the way my thought is that how he can fulfill his responsibility is to arrest Penguin. At least that's the least he could do.
No, I mean, like, whatever. Maybe this version of justice is a bit different from like our real
Yeah,
world
I
justice,
suppose.
but who knows? But yeah,
Because Gotham is
I
a
think
piece of crap there. The city of Gotham is just a cesspool of corruption.
I mean, honestly, at this point, right? I kind of wish they would just make another Superman movie. Just please make another Superman movie. I want a Man of Steel 2 at this point, even though that already technically exists because it's called Batman vs Superman, even though that's more of Batman's movie again. Like I was like, my god, like come on, like.
Do you reckon Henry Cavill is a good actor?
Have you seen The Witcher? He's good.
Yeah,
he's very good.
He's practically carried the series, right? And in The Witcher,
carried the whole series on his back.
And but the thing is just that, do you think that he's also a good Superman? Like he's so stoic. And...
I think the problem for him, right? I don't think the issue is him performing is the right thing that he's given.
You mean practically they turn him into a god?
No, the fact that they make him to like this boring Boy Scout. They're just like, oh, I'm Superman, but I guess this is my job, you know. He just does it like, I guess this is my job. He doesn't do it because like he has like the obligation and he actually wants to save people because he actually is a good person. He just like, oh, I guess I'm gonna do this.
I gotta say his line of reasoning is practically the same with Spider-Man, because with
it's very underdeveloped. It's very underdeveloped. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure.
Remember one of his Robin Hood dad sacrificed himself to a tornado?
Oh, yeah, Robin Hood's dad.
Yeah, actually, both of them are Robin Hood.
Yeah, they are. It's like that's one of them.
Credits to Honest Trailer. I really like that series.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen those like in ages. How are they doing like lately? Because I think
I haven't
like
watched it in a while.
No, I think the guy who does like the voice, I think he's like a freelancer now. Like that's like his own thing, but I might be wrong. I don't keep up with that anymore.
Honestly, I'm confused because I don't really keep up track with it. But he's the same guy still voice for the game exclusive section of Honest Trailer. For the movie Honest Trailer, they have a different guy.
There's a game exclusive?
Yeah, like they do game Honest Trailer for games too.
Huh. Okay. Interesting.
Makes me wonder what's their take on Uncharted, because they had a lot of opinion on Uncharted game in their Honest Trailer.
Yeah.
Anyway, is that all for the Batman? Wait, is it the Batman or the Batman? The Batman.
The Batman. Honestly, I prefer like they have like a bit longer title, like Batman. Like Mysteries of the Riddler or something. You know, like to make it a bit more distinct, compared to just like just call the Batman. It's like okay.
Yeah, but we'll make it like direct to home video kind of title.
Like not really. Not really.
The Mystery of the Riddler.
Not really. Even like you see, like it's a smaller franchise, but like the second Kingsman movie, right? Kingsman: The Golden Circle. You see, like it's a much longer title, and it still keeps like the original title like in the first.
Yeah, but it's a sequel though.
First quarter.
It's a sequel. This one is a completely new IP, right?
Oh wait, no. Even the original one is still like. It's still pretty long too, like Kingsman: The Secret Service.
Yeah, that's fine, but
no. It's actually called the Kingsman Secret Service. No, Kingsman: The Secret Service. So it's still somewhat long, but I don't know.
But on the front, the title is about the actual organization itself. So I think if you want to have the Batman, and then you want to make the title longer, then it shouldn't be about the villain, right? They should have a longer title about like the Batman himself. I don't know, like
it's about an idea.
How about the Batman Vengeance or the Vengeance? The Black Vengeance.
It's just called Vengeance. But okay, closing thoughts. What do you think?
I really like the movie. I should say that a lot of people should watch it. Although personally, if you like this, then I would suggest that people should also watch Seven. If people like watching.
Oh yeah. Okay, so Like for me, I like it too. I don't think it's amazing. It's in fact I kind of put it a little bit lower than The Dark Knight. Maybe a bit still higher than The Batman Begins, but it's like yeah, I mean, it's still great. It's a good movie, but there are some glaring issues that I think they could retouch a little bit with like the script. But I think beyond that, it's very very it's a good time. It's a good time.
Yeah.
It's pretty slow though. So if you have a problem with like slow burn movies, you might want to skip this one. I'm just being honest.
3 freaking hours. I'm really surprised when I first.
But I mean, at this point, like if you're listening to the podcast, I mean, you're already pretty much already watched anyway. So I mean, if you have friends who are interested to see it, if they have a problem with like the runtime, then I recommend they don't see it. Okay. Now if they do like the Batman, or like if they're a fan of the character, like yeah, go ahead. Or yeah.
I guess we'll see you all next time.
We'll see y'all next time with the Kingsman actually.
Kingsman?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll watch it. He likes
have a lot of thoughts about that.
Machine.
I love Rasputin too.
Right.
All right.
Bye-bye.